Working at the coffee shop today, I heard Blind Melon. All I can see is that my life is pretty plain. Also, there's a reason I didn't grow up to become a singer. Well, hello there everybody, I'm Photo Dave and this is Toypixx, a channel dedicated to helping you and helping me get a whole lot better at our action figure photography. So if that sounds cool to you, go ahead and click subscribe while I describe what's going on in today's video, folks. It is that weekly time where I get to talk about upcoming action figures that I believe are going to be perfect for toy photography. So what are my criteria? My criteria are well articulated, they look like they can actually move like people move, which means nothing like a waist cut, for instance. Don't like those. We also want them to actually look like the character they're supposed to represent. If they don't, no good, no dice. And finally, we want them to be complete action figures, as in we want them to come with enough accessories so that we can get a lot of different poses and a lot of different expression with them. So with that said, let's begin the video. Let's kick this thing off with the G.I. Joe classified HasLab HISS tank. This thing ends on August 15th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you haven't backed it yet, and you want to back it, you've got a couple days left. On the other hand, I just really wanted to talk about it because of these pictures by a guy who on the Whoosh forums goes by Shooting the Galaxy. I follow him on Twitter. I check out his stuff there. If you want to check out his stuff, go to the forums, check out the Star Wars photo threads, or just get online, get on Twitter, look up Shooting the Galaxy, because he's doing a lot of work for Hasbro right now, and just like these images show, he's got some skills. And since this thing's all about action figure photography, well, hey, let's highlight somebody who's pretty sweet at it. Reissues are always a good thing, especially when they're of popular figures. And Figuarts decided, hey, we gotta release some Dragonball superhero figures. So, their reissues are Piccolo, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta. All superhero versions, all pretty sweet. I don't know much about Dragon Ball, but hey, I have seen some reviews on these guys, and it seems that people think they're pretty good. So if you missed out on them, go grab them. And this seems like a good time for me to talk about the whole links that I'll put in the product description. I'll put Amazon affiliate links down there, which means if you buy anything on Amazon, I get a small percentage. I'll also put down Big Bad Toy Store links, and I encourage you, because these are Figuarts figures, to get on Japanese import sites to see if you can find them for a little less money so they can get to you a little faster. The one I use for the most part is AmiAmi. Just check it out. Do yourselves a favor, you know? Save some money. Get things faster. I have no idea why I went with that accent. The Good Smile Company had their Smile Fest earlier this week, and they showed off stuff that was really cool. Now, before I go into it, I've never had a Figma figure or anything from the Good Smile Company. I know I've looked at their stuff, and they always look complete. They always look like they have great articulation, but I know nothing of the quality of the figures themselves. So, if you have anything that you'd like to add about the quality when it comes to this stuff, go ahead and put it in the comments below. So, first off, we have this robot thing from RoboCop. I say that because I know nothing about RoboCop, but I do know something that looks really cool is that guy. So, he might be something to keep your eye out on, or eye out for, if you're really into RoboCop. Next, there was Samus Aran. Now, I don't really recognize this suit for Samus, but I did grow up playing Metroid, and I recognize the character anywhere. That's gonna look cool. I really think that's gonna look sweet. The one thing I don't know about is the giant robot thing that's behind her. I have no idea. But just looking at the articulation and knowing that these figures always come with a ton of accessories, I'd be willing to bet that thing's gonna look good on your shelves. But let's be honest, The reason I wanted to bring up Good Smile Company's Smile Fest is for that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a Stan Lee Nendoroid figure. Now, I'm a nerd. I assume many of you are also kind of nerds when it comes to the Marvel stuff. We know the importance of Stan Lee, though I do wish that once in a while one of these companies would make a Jack Kirby as well, get those two playing, and that would be fun. But I might actually get that. I don't know. We'll see. I might not, but you gotta have something that's in Stan Lee form, though I do have the legend, so... Anywho, Stan Lee. Godfather of Marvel Comics. Good stuff. Good smile. Ha ha! I'm done now. Ladies and gentlemen, in the world of action figures, believe it or not, I'm happy to be wrong, and that, I believe, is the case with the McFarlane Toys Arkham Knight, Batman, and Penguin. These guys actually look really good. It doesn't look like anything's wrong here. Now, I might be wrong. I have read in the comments that Batman's eyes should be painted, like you should see his actual eyes instead of just white and all that. They look really good. I don't know if you caught it, but I did a video highlighting where someone suggested that I check out Lobo, because in the past I've said that McFarlane action figures feel like they get to be about 70 to 80% of the way done, and then they just say, okay, good enough, ship it out. I'm not saying that's the designers or anything else. It's just probably like a brand manager. I don't know. There's somebody in there that I feel like really is doing that. But with these figures, I think somebody in there is kind of starting to turn things around a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. But right now, even though it's not my scale and I'm not somebody who's going to pick these up, I am cautiously optimistic that McFarlane's kind of, they're turning a corner. Next up, a ton of pre-orders from Action Force. Plus, Big Bad Toy Store ended up getting their shipment in that it felt like was taking a long time to actually show up. This is a line that, if I could, I would dive deep into this. I believe this line has the most bang for your buck. The only reason I'm not diving way in, and I'm sure Bobby knows that this is the one weakness that this line has, is it has no nostalgia factor. And right now, a lot of what I'm doing as far as money is concerned has to do with stuff when it comes to the nostalgia. But looking at these are beautiful figures. I do have Duster, and I'm a big fan, and I might still look and decide maybe I could grab one or two Swarms or something. I don't know, but I thought I'd bring it to everybody's attention because these things are absolutely gorgeous. They work well. If you saw my Duster review, you know that I was highly impressed. So yeah, sadness for me, but hey, these might work beautifully for you. Now really, I have zero need for the fighting armor figures from Sentinel, but I have to say, their Loki looks really, really good. But all of them look good. They're all gonna look great under the lights and in front of, well, your lens, because while I'm not gonna pick them up, I'm definitely gonna enjoy the pictures here. He comes with all kinds of stuff that he needs. He's got kind of the Tesseract. He's got several pairs of hands. He's got a stand. He really is a complete figure. The only thing is he's a god who's armored up. So a lot of times I look at this stuff and I'm kind of thinking, this makes no sense in my head. But it doesn't matter. It's a cool toy. And I have to remember that from time to time. Because whether or not it works up here, it's always going to work when it looks that good. And now, last but certainly not least, in I Can't Believe I Missed This Last Week news, we have the Canon EOS R5 Optimus Prime. Yep, they've made Prime a camera. Now, hear me out. First off, I'm probably not going to get this, but this is all about action figure photography, so I look at that and I'm like, but I feel like I'm kind of obligated to get it. On the other hand, when's the last time Prime turned into a camera? On the other hand, they've made Prime turn into all kinds of things. Now, hear me out though on this point. I know everybody saw this and they thought, Reflector, man, it's supposed to be Reflector. Well, here's the thing. Optimus Prime is kind of the franchise player, and Canon might have been thinking to themselves, you know what? We don't really want a bad guy that represents basically only 1984 to show up on our stuff. So for that, there's a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive Reflector. Turns into the exact same thing, just slight mold differences. Really cool stuff when you think about, whoa, Reflector turned into a camera? Now he turns into a camera again. So yeah, like I was saying, it's a mall exclusive. It's $146.66, which is a little bit pricey, but it's Reflector that turns into a camera. Come on, man. And it has open pre-orders. It's open from, let's see, August 10th it started. September 28th, it's over. So if you want this thing, that's your window. But yeah, I'm awfully tempted by both of these, to be honest, but it's not in the cards. Still, I love the idea. I'm at a collecting crossroads here, so maybe you can help me out in the comments. Robo from the Whoosh reviewed Casey Jones yesterday, the NECA Mirage Studios version, and he's got a waist cut. And I hate waist cuts. They make it look like the figure totally unnatural. If you turn it a little, it looks like you glue the top of them to the bottom of them. Oh, I hate waist cuts. So what does this mean now? Does this mean I don't get into the NECA Mirage Studios line? Or does it mean I only get the turtles? I'm so conflicted. What would you do in this situation? This honestly might end up being a whole video all on its own, but anywho, comment below and let me know, what did you think of the figures I talked about? What do you think I missed this past week? Because hey, if you noticed something that I didn't see, I want to know about it, because we gotta make sure we know where all the cool figures are, right? And whoo! With that, and until next time, thanks a ton for watching, and have fun, and happy snapping. See ya.